Hey guys, it's Lindsay from Wannabe KY Homesteaders. So it's a little bit later in the morning than I wanted to get started, but we need to pull all the weeds around the house and where we have our sunflowers and cut flowers and stuff. I have mulch I need to put down in a few spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and ready, and we're gonna get outside and work as fast as hard as we can because it's supposed to get super hot today. Right now it feels pretty good. But I'm gonna get dressed and then I'll show you all the areas that we're working in. All through here, we need to pull some weeds. Thankfully, there's not many. There's 2 dead plants I need to take out, and there's some other stuff that we no longer want. So we are going to get rid of those. All through here, we have some cleanup. There's no plants coming out of this area. I do want to spread out the sedum kind of like all the way along and get it all spread out so it looks a little bit more even through here. We definitely have a lot of stuff coming up, so I always wait to do my spring cleanup till I can see clearly what all is coming up so I don't damage anything. We have bunches of this wild onion through here and it kind of drives me crazy, but we will get those out today. This section doesn't have that much other than taking out one of the plants we don't like, but it definitely doesn't have too many weeds, which is much appreciated. Back through here, we need to do some control on this yarrow. We love the yarrow and definitely want to keep it up. Well, I love the yarrow, my husband doesn't. But we are gonna get a lot of that pulled up just so it doesn't take over everywhere. And then this section will be done. We're not doing any mulching back here, thankfully. We need to get our strawberries uncovered, and there's a lot of them, so we might need to part some of these out and maybe kind of give them away to some neighbors or something. So I put mulch down behind the barn, so there's weeds to pull up, but they won't be quite as hard to pull up. And you can already see those piles of mud and dirt. That's where crawdads are. So, and then we have the rest of this fence line over here that we need to get pulled and some mulch down. And the last section we're gonna do is right through here, and we will need to put mulch down. All right, we have around the entire house completed. We are gonna drink some coffee, take a break for about 30-45 minutes, and then we are gonna get back out to it. I have to go all the way around the barn, on the fence line some, and I need to put down more mulch and maybe some more cardboard in a few spots. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna get back to it. gotten so much done today. We pulled out some flowers and some plants that we no longer wanted. We spread out the sedum, also laid down fertilizer, cut out pretty much all the weeds. I'm sure there's still a few stragglers. Let's take a look at the other side. Down through here is looking really good. Most of these tulips are kind of done for the year, so I went ahead and cut some of those back. Down through here looks really great. And look at the size of this peony. That bloom is going to be massive. So I definitely want to add more to this side this year. Not sure what I'll add, but hopefully I can add a couple things and kind of even it out. Back through here is looking good. I pulled out all the yarrow right here just because I want to add something that's a little bit taller, have a little bit more structure, but I kept all the yarrow over there. It is a great weed barrier, even though it's not always the most enjoyable thing to have just because it gets so thick and dense and it spreads quite a bit. Not sure how this boxwood is gonna do. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, but if it doesn't have some color on it, probably midsummer, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. All the strawberries are uncovered and I put some fertilizer down on them as well, some of that garden tone. Hopefully we have a good amount of strawberries this year. I was thinking I was gonna have a whole lot that I could give away, but there really wasn't that many, so I didn't focus on pulling any out. I just got majority of that mulch up. Got all through here. I put some more mulch down. That old fence post needs to come out before I mulch all the way over there. Have a little bit of cardboard down just so we can extend the flowers over here. This is where we typically have all of our sunflowers. But everywhere that I mulched this fall, all the weeds came up really easily. Definitely regret not mulching everywhere. We'll be mindful of that this year and make sure I mulch. We got this section of our fence mulched and all the weeds pulled. So I do have one brown-eyed Susan down there. Other than that, nothing's really coming up. A few larkspur here and there. I've decided I want to do less, so I'm not going to have everything covered in flowers. So basically from that power pole on, I might put some mulch down, some cardboard just to make it look a little nicer, but I'm not going to have flowers back there this year. So I am absolutely exhausted and tired. In total, I spent about 4 hours outside. I tried to get that pole up, like I said, but I couldn't. So, or fence post. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.